Right, good morning. How are we? It's Friday, the 2nd of April, and I've woken up on the wrong side of the bed today. Just feel it in the air, innit? It's a bit miserable today, but not to worry. Sunshine's around the corner, and we can go out and get some lovely snaps and enjoy the sun kissing our skin. Mwah, mwah, mwah. But not today. Not today. Today's going to be one of those days where we avoid the colds and we avoid the winds, but we might be able to get out for a little tiny bit today. Anyway, look, man, it's Friday. I should be fucking bouncing off the walls, but instead I'm making you guys depressed. It's my superpower. Right, listen, I'm going to get this intro out of the way and get on with some new music and have a good fucking time. Yay! What was that? Good morning, how are we? Listen, my name is Steve Kerr, and generally speaking, I'm a miserable fucker, but I don't like being miserable, right? I like music, I like alternative music, I like seeing my mates do well, I like seeing creativity manifest into something bigger than yourself. This is why I love being in bands, this is why I love writing alternative music, this is why I love music in general. So, today, I've got 3 really cool bands for you, starting with my mates in Arcaeon, because listen, Fridays are for friends. Now, this is their latest single called ZENITH II, Arcadia, and it's a super interesting video because my mate Arcaeon put it together. He used some really, what's the right word, some really tedious software using Excel spreadsheets to put this together. So there's a lot of time, love and effort that's gone into making this video as well as the single. So I can't wait to check it out. I know I'm quite late to the party, but that was intentional because a good friend of mine, Gary Collins, who runs a channel called Gaz Loves Games, he's done a reaction video to this song, and he's also done an interview with the band. So I'll put links in the comments below so you can check out Gary's content and share him some love. Right, listen, I'm going to jump straight into this so I don't waffle as much. I've got it lined up. Let's click that I. Ooh, so smooth. Right, music. It's cool, isn't it? And how beautiful are Stuart's vocals, isn't it? Like, I always love hearing this guy singing that. And you know what? He's a really pleasant guy to be around. I remember performing at the Big Red a few years ago where my old band Decrypted was in the Battle of the Bands, innit? And Stuart's band had won the Battle of the Bands for Bloodstock the year previously, so he'd come to check out the bands on this heat that I was part of, and we had a good night, man. A few drinks at the bar and that, and yeah, really nice bloke. So I'm super pleased that him and my mate Arcaeon are working together, making sick music and sick content like this, because this is a lot of fun. You got to be enjoying this. Intertwined with your euphoria, a symphony. How much fun was that photo shoot, innit? I bet you guys had a lot of fun pulling your superhero poses. That's cool. That's cool. come on, man, you got to be enjoying this video. So much time, love, and effort has gone in putting this together. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very nostalgic. It's cool. It's a really beautiful song. I'm really enjoying this. It's really hard for me to not just sit back and enjoy this, do you know what I mean? Because every panel with this counts, because every panel has been made by one of my mates, isn't it? So it's really hard for me to not just sit back and watch this and be like, yeah, this is sick, because I know how much hard work's gone into this. It's a lot of love, a lot of labour, do you know what I mean? It's a really cool video. And I believe the game's playable as well if you go to the YouTube link. And as always, I'll put a link to the original video in the comments. But come on, man, what's to not enjoy about this, isn't it? I'm going to have to pause it here because it's not much of a reaction video, is it? But yet again, Friday is for friends. I mean, these are my boys, isn't it? Like, it's a great video. Like, as I said before, it's a lot of labour, a lot of love has gone into this. And you're supposed to just sit back and enjoy it, and that's what I'm doing. There's not really much I can criticise because I love all of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm enjoying this. This is cool. It's a breath of fresh air, do you know what I mean? Welcome to Arcadia. Oh man, all those tones and visuals are really nostalgic. Like, I know it's a Game Boy, but even at the end, like the end reminded me of Aladdin on the Sega Mega Drive. Cool, man. Like, it's really hard to not be childlike in my presence when watching things like this, because I mean, you're heavily relying on nostalgia, and it's how can I not enjoy nostalgia? I mean, all I want to sit back now is sit back. All I want to do now is sit back and talk about all the games I like growing up. You know what I mean? And all the good times and how far, you know, we've come as people and shit. Like, I want to be really uplifting and stuff after watching that. It's a cool video. It's a cool message, and to be honest, I'm looking forward to hearing more from these guys and getting some more videos out, because they've got an EP out, actually. Let me go get its name. Arcaeon. So, Cascadence, the debut album, available now on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Apple Music, and Bandcamp, right? So, the first band today are Arcaeon, and if you want to check out their latest the latest EP, it's called Cascadence, and Arcaeon is spelled Arcaeon, and also another little bit of little tidbit, another little bit of information. My mate Arcaeon has helped me out in the past with making fonts, and actually he's put together some font stuff for the band. Like, it's all nerdy shit, but like this is the stuff I love, innit? I love finding out finding out about other little nerds in my network that have like little niche interests that develop into really beautiful things, man. And Ivion's one of those guys. Yeah. Anyway, I'm having a good old waffle, so I'm gonna shush now. But I enjoyed that, and I encourage you guys to check them out, and also check out my mate Gary Collins of Gaz Love Games, innit? All right, cool. Let's go on to the next video. Let's go. Right, so the next band I got up are called Last Existence. Now, I know Last Existence because my friend Jovic is the vocalist. Me and Jovic come up together through the Kingston circuit and over in Croydon the last decade. Whereas I've jumped from band to band, I've been in my first band, Paralysis, and then found my footings in my band, The Last Legion, which was doing very, very well. Then I moved on to a hardcore project, a post-hardcore project called Standalone, and then finally finished my work with bands in a band called Decrypted before I started putting bits together for some solo stuff. So it's been a long 10 years of me trying to find my feet, then eventually just putting my chips on myself and taking my own career into my own hands. Whereas Jovic has found some more like-minded people in Last Existence, band number 2, I believe it is. And he's doing some really cool shit because he's quite a reserved guy, but he's always made time for me. And every time we've been out along Kingston and met outside of music, we've had a very pleasant time. He's a really, really nice guy. He's very, very reserved, but in his music, he lets himself go. He's a very emotive character when it comes to his music. So I'm always interested to check out what he's doing because, yet again, he's done this as long as I have, and it means something to him. Do you know what I mean? It's an extension of his personality, and without this phenomenon of live music and anger and angst and having this creative outlet in this way, he wouldn't be the person that I know today. So me and him have got more in common than what we don't. So rather than me giving him too many props over this microphone, let me check out their music and have a good time together, innit? Let me double check this is a monitoring as well. Oh, yeah, monitoring. See what I mean? There he is right there. He's an emotive guy. He knows about his music. He knows about what he wants to project and get across when it comes to music and videos and shit, innit? So we're in for a treat. Cool, innit? It's a cool video. It's stripped back and it plays to your emotions. The most interesting people in the room are these guys, same as what I said yesterday. The setting, the location is important, but the most important people in the room are you guys together, pushing your message out together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel the wishing it was on my own, but I'm here for such a brief moment. It's all gets held back and brings out the worst in me. There's nothing more than time. I was always so's it is shorter than it feels. There is nothing I can do to bring it back. My neck is cold, but my face is bleeding.
What's not to enjoy about that, man? And the one thing I've always loved about Jovic, one thing I've always loved about him is from day dot, he bought it with the cleans. He never let his inner saboteur affect his delivery and that on stage, whereas every time I get on stage and try to bang out a chorus and that, I'd have to find some tips and tricks to try and alleviate the pressure from myself for hitting all the notes, because I still get a bit scared when singing and stuff and that. It's a bit vulnerable, but Jovic just smashes this shit, innit? Like, You got to admire the hustle, man. This guy's so confident in his delivery and what he's doing as a vocalist. You got to respect it. You have to. Jovic's a progressive vocalist through and through, and that's always what I've admired about him. There's been one time where his old band High Rise asked me to do some vocals for them just for one of the guys' university projects, and admittedly it wasn't until I started learning that material and Jovic's like patterns with the rhythm and that. It wasn't until I learned that song that my heart opens up to having more respect for his style and delivery, because it took me a while to try and get that song confident enough to lay it down. And I know I wouldn't have done as good of a job as Jovic has done, being his song or not. But you got to respect the guy, man. The guy's good at what he does. And if you're not connecting with this, then you need to watch it again, because it is pretty fucking cool, isn't it? Let's listen to his tone. I've not mentioned this for a while now because the last 2 or 3 videos haven't needed me to mention this, but the desperation in his voice and those natural high inflections are the things that cut him through and separate his voice in the mix, because it's his voice coming through. He's not relying too much on technique to create textures. He's found that nice grey area where he can push the technique and create the compression in his voice, but deliver it with his like vocal inflections, like flicking his tongue and that, and making sure those natural highs and desperation shits come through. Da 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 da. So sick, so sick. That's a really nice catchphrase, isn't it? I used to think a year was forever. It's cool, man. And ironically, hearing it around this time, because admittedly this single did drop last year. Where is it? So, actually, I don't think I've even given a name of the song yet, so sorry, guys. This song is called Terminal, and it's by the band Last Existence, and they dropped it on Dreambound last year on the 14th of October. But listen, it's not any less relevant. It's still a very strong and emotional message. And yeah, G, I hear you. I used to feel like a year was forever, but nah, man, it's not. It's a year, innit? It's like you got a year to get your shit together until the next one, and it's like, as you get older, these years feel shorter, and it's like these years aren't forever. They go bare quick, innit? So I hear you, man. I hear you. You're working hard. You're grinding hard. And the last 10 years I've counted for something, G, because I've been watching you. And you're, bruv, I respect everything you've been doing, man. It's cool. cool, isn't it? It's cool. It's kind of ironic. Oh, am I going to speak over the titles again, or am I not? Low-key Films. I nearly spoke over your titles again, but I fucking didn't. I didn't. Low-key Films, man. You're doing some good work, G. You really are. What I was going to say is it's quite ironic that I see Joe on his knees at the end. I'm going to do you dirty here, man, but in a really, really nice way. A long, long time ago, when Jovic was in his band High Rise, was performing at one of the venues we all come up through called The Pill, the Kingston Pill. And Jovic's band High Rise were headlining, and they was waiting all night to get on stage. And I believe it was the first song. Like, as it dropped, Joe jumped off stage and got fucking swinging in and that. And unfortunately turned his knee the wrong way, and his knee popped out, and he went down like a sack of potatoes, but continued the set. It wasn't until my boy Ollie Ellis took the mic out of his hand and give it a little but we all realised that Joe's knee was like, it's on the other side, and we're like, maybe we should stop the music. And to give the guy props where props are due, he wanted to pop his knee back in himself and crack on in it, but we was all like, nah, we better get a paramedic, because we've all heard ghost stories of people trapping nerves and shit and that. And yeah, it's like, as much as we wanted to see Joe pop his knee back in and crack on with the show, we had to be responsible and be like, nah, G, just lay back and let someone else do it for you, because if you trap a nerve or some shit, that's not going to go down too well. But credit where credit's due. If it was up to Jovic, he would have popped his knee back in, jumped up and carried on with the show. It was just unfortunate that it was like right at the start of the set and we had to cut the night short. But not because of Jovic, it's because of us guys trying to be to health and safety and try to look after him. But again, if it was up to the guy, he would have fucking cracked on with his show. So yeah, Jovic, you're a gangster, man. Like, cheers for sending that stuff my way. Looking forward to checking looking forward to checking out some more music from you guys. So that was Last Existence, and the song was Terminal. They've got 2 more other songs up if you guys want to check them out. All right, cool. Let's get on to the next band. Right, so the last band I've got today comes from a guy that I know called Phil Walker. I believe it's his solo project. To be honest, I don't really know much about these guys. Phil dropped off my radar a long time ago. And then when I started doing these reaction videos, he popped back up again and dropped some new music to me. So I can't really comment too much on what Phil's been up to. I know that he used to work for Lost Island Entertainment, which I believe he inherited from my mate Sammy, who is absolutely beautiful, who did an amazing job for setting up live music in her area, which Phil ended up taking over and helping out with. I might have got that completely wrong, but that's only from memory. So I believe Phil's in a solo project now. Right, so let's have a look. Aside from that, and let's go to the About section. Solo metalcore project backed by a live band. So I'm guessing this is just Phil doing what he does. So yeah, I'm keen to check it out. Let's whack it on. It's cool. It's very reminiscent of the metalcore stuff that I grew up. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's cool. It's cool. I can hear what you're going for, man. It's like a cross between like Hatebreed and Heart of a Coward. It's cool. I would like to hear the vocals a bit higher in the mix. I know this is probably a home production or something. It's cool. I'm enjoying what you're going for. It's a little bit difficult for me to vibe with it when you can still quite clearly hear the vocals doubled up, but then sitting quite low in the mix, and it just sits quite flat in there. It's not really a criticism of your technique and that, because you sound great as usual, but it's a bit hard for me to get fully behind it when the vocals are just set back like da da ga ga ba ba ga ga. Like, it's cool, but the bass can do that. You get me? The theatrics of that section were gangster. I really enjoyed that. That was really, really cool. I mean, it's a cool song. I'm enjoying it. It's just a bit bittersweet because it feels like every metalcore trope from a full album's been put down into one song. It's like, I've never heard this song before. It's an original song. It's very, very cool. But it does feel like I've heard this song quite a lot before. Like, it does feel fresh because your vocals are fresh and your lyrics are cool and that. Yeah, it's just a bit bittersweet, bruv. It's a good song. I'm enjoying it. It just doesn't feel that new. But that's only because I pretty love metalcore just as much as you do. You get me, rude boy. So, yeah, I'm feeling it, man. It's cool. Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, you've got a lot of really cool techniques and tones to your voice. It's really cool. There's lots of really great big moments in there. I would like to hear slightly better production, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, again, it's just bittersweet when you see someone go, do you know what, man? I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to do my own project, do it solo. But then you fall into the same tropes you'd fall into if you had a band. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you've got the freedom to be solo and finally have your voice heard and draft your own songs, then don't fall into the tropes that your band would have made you fall into before. Do you know what I mean? Because if you think you want to go solo and do something bigger and better, then do it. Do something a little bit different. But I'm being a bit hard, so I do apologise, mate. It is a good song. I can see the hard labour and effort you put into this. It is cool. Your vocal technique is great. You got some really nice tones in that, and towards the end of the song, when you're playing a bit more of your vocal dynamics, that was cool, man. So, dude, thank you for putting that my way. So that was aside from that, and the song was called "The Heart of Dreams." And if these are all on Spotify, they'll be going onto my Bootleg Reactions playlist. So, yeah, if you're enjoying all these songs, I've put a comprehensive playlist together called Bootleg Reactions Playlist. Go check it out, right? It's a little bit more miserable today, but I've got lots of work to crack on with. So I'm going to bugger off and go enjoy my day and enjoy my work. So Stay humbled, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, enjoy your weekends. Bye bye.